Hi everyone, welcome back to the Bison Video Blog Studios. Our summer video series will conclude. The final one, Kolpak, and I got some heat from the Rubes about how we've done this last segment over the last few years about the can't afford to lose players because NDSU lost two of those can't afford to lose players, and I don't know if that's the reason why they didn't win the championship in 2016. We'll change the title to Top Indispensable Players, just because you're of the literary word. I thought you'd like that.
That's a good word. It condenses the 5 words into one,
yes,
or how many words it is. So good work.
But also, it probably narrows it down too of the criteria of these guys. We think are probably the 7. I don't know if you want to say most valuable, but maybe most critical to the Bison's success in 2017.
I think critical is a big word because you got players who, you look at Grant Olson, because not only was he a good linebacker, but he had those leadership qualities.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you have to throw all those factors into these 7 players. It's not so much their performance on the field, but really it's the whole package.
We start with number 7. I think he's the leader of the defense. I said that last year. He was named a captain as a junior. He'll be a captain again, I believe, in 2017. That's safety Trey Dempsey, now starting for the 3rd year on the back line after he was a corner, Jeff. You remember his redshirt freshman year, had 6 picks last year. Remember, he had a stretch, I believe it was 3 straight games where he had an interception. Even the game the Bison lost in the regular season against South Dakota State, I thought he was phenomenal against Winnicky in that matchup. He's due for a monster 2017.
He really came in, and he's a career leader coming in here as far as active players and interceptions with 10. He's a career leader of active players of pass breakups with 21. So he had 6 of his 10 picks last year in your junior year. You see a lot of players, when they're good their freshman year, they're good their sophomore year, but between that sophomore and junior year, that's when you really make some strides, and he certainly did that last year.
He had 2 picks, this one against Western Illinois and the week after at Northern Iowa, that cinched the game. He ended the game with interceptions, and this was the other one. Granted, it was kind of not a Hail Mary for Northern Iowa, but that cinched the win for the Bison, both road games. He is a vocal guy. He knows, he talks trash, but Jeff, he backs it up with how good he plays on the field.
And I thought that's a great point on it's when you get your interceptions, because sometimes you get interceptions late in the game when it's garbage time and it doesn't really matter. He made a couple there that really counted and sealed the game. And that's when you want your leaders. I mean, that's when they really come through, is when the game is on the line. I do have some reservations, however, with Trey being number 7, simply because of the leadership quality.
Okay.
I think he's probably maybe a little higher because of that. So I'm going to take a little, I have a little bone to pick with you on that one.
Well, when we look at the other guys on this list, I think you could probably interchange a few on that. So now, here we are. We fully expect when the all-conference team will get announced here fairly soon that he'll clearly be on that. Expectations for him. I know you don't want to put numbers down and predict how many picks the guy will have, but you know he'll be matched up with Jake Winnicky. He'll see Dallas Goddard. He'll see all Eastern Washington's weapons. That's his assignment, and he knows full well what's going to happen in 2017.
Well, it's hard to say if his stats will be the same or less because the non-conference is so different. How much will he play against Mississippi Valley State?
Or
How much will he play, against, exactly. So maybe he'll just play 2 quarters in those games, and that could maybe affect those stats. But I think really the 3rd and 4th quarter interceptions, that's when it counts.
He really started, you would think, that train out of the South, out of Lakeland, where we now see the Bison have another quarterback.
And guys are sticking.
Hotchkiss.
Guys, most of them that from Florida have stuck around, and that's a big deal. Arizona kids, not so much, but Florida's really working out.
And Dempsey, a big reason why. He starts our countdown of the top indispensable players for the Bison in 2017.